Starting off this video, I'd like to show a few custom trees I've built in my survival world to give an idea of what to expect. And in this video, I got some help from my friend Josh, who used the information in this tutorial to build some custom trees just so that I know the tutorial works for you guys. We made another tutorial for some other trees on his channel, and one of the trees I built on there turned out amazing. So make sure to check out that right after this video. But for now, let's build some trees and see how Josh does. Hey there, how's it going? My name is Antlerboy and welcome! This time not to my survival world, but to a super flat world, and I'm here with Josh. How you doing, man?
Hello.
Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to build trees. We've got a few lined up here, and Josh needs to learn how to build trees as well. So he's going to be the test subject. First, I'm going to teach him how to do it and teach you block for block how to build these trees. And afterwards, we're going to see if he can recreate one of them. You ready for this, man?
I am. I was literally... No, I'm not. I'm very nervous.
All right. So first off, we're going to be checking out the oak tree. And we're going to be dividing these up on both of our channels, so I'll put a link down below. Let's start off by building the oak tree. Let's just grab the blocks necessary. I use spruce fences and spruce stairs and stuff because I think they match the color of the oak wood better. Because if you actually grab the oak itself, like the oak fence, it's not quite the same color, right?
Looks really light.
The way I usually start out with these is I just plop down a few, and we'll do the exact same thing we've done for this tree, where I just leave a little gap. So I just leave a little gap of 2 blocks like this. You don't really have to do this way, but you can build any trunk you want, any trunk shape. You're going to be building a lot of trees, very likely, so just go with something that feels right for the tree you're building. And so for the branches, I usually, for these small type trees, I usually go with 3 branches. Are you watching, Josh?
I'm stuck in a tree. I can't get out. Hold on. Just give me a moment.
Right, so we've got a branch here. I usually stick 2 blocks out like this. And this is an important step, Josh.
Okay.
Just the stairs like this so that you can get some diagonal branching going.
Oh.
All right, and so we'll just go with 1 for that one. Sometimes I go with 2. But this is very important because this is... there's a system to it, right? Everything has sort of a pattern that I go for, and this is my branch pattern. So for another branch, you could go maybe right here, do the exact same thing. So just like that. I mean, you're going to be recreating this on your trees, so. And then for the next one,
yeah,
go with the exact same thing right here.
And so you normally just do 3 branches like this, and then you just...
Yeah, it really depends on how big the trees are. I mean, in my survival world, I've been building some pretty big trees, and in that case, you just go with more. I just go with however many branches fills it up, and I usually add some afterwards as well. Not these thick block branches, but the fence branches. So with these, I build some fence branches, the smaller ones, coming off of the big ones.
Yeah.
And the way I usually do that is I just clap them on the side and do this, okay? Always diagonal like that, because it makes it way easier to place the leaves later.
Okay.
But to make it more interesting, I usually increase the height as well, like this.
Ah.
So for this one, I'm thinking we probably just want to go about that far, because otherwise we're getting a bit far from the trunk. We're going to want to think about how large our canopy is going to be.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be adding a few of these. So just another one right here. Go like this. Sometimes I put some variation on them by just adding another thing like that, just to see. I mean, because we're going to want sort of a round shape, these branches right here.
Yeah.
So add another one, and it's good if they have some height variation like this, so they're not on the same block, because that makes it easier with the leaves. It'll make it look a lot better. And so here I can choose where I want to place the branch. I think I'm going to be going down here. And we'll see if I have to put some more something. I'll actually do that right now. Just add something like this. Because that rounds off the shape, you know what I mean? If you imagine leaves being put on here.
Yeah, yeah.
And so next up, keep doing the same thing around the whole tree. Something like that. Okay, now we get to the part we actually need to do the vertical branches. So for this, I usually just grab a spot and start going upwards instead of to the side. So an upwards diagonal like this.
Yeah.
And I usually do around 2 to 3 of those. I end up having to add 1 or 2 most of the time.
Fair enough, yeah.
Just wherever there are leaves kind of missing. This time it feels like this side's going to be okay, and that there's going to be some leafage missing right here, and I think we'll intentionally leave that for now just so that I can show you how to fix it later. And this is where the leafage comes in. And this part is honestly the easiest. It seems like it's the hardest, but it's the easiest. So you just grab a branch like this, choose it, and I have a pattern that I usually go for. It's like 2 patterns I vary between. I usually go like this. One on the end, one in the corner like this, and then one on the outside of the other of the corner, so that they're not on the same block. Like they could be next to each other like this, but it doesn't look as organic. So you just place it right there. Okay, and what you could do here then is just put it like this. You get 2 diagonals, and to offset that, so instead of putting another diagonal like that, just placing them away from each other like this. Okay, and then I usually come down to the bottom and do 1 or 2, but this time probably just 1 where there isn't one on the top. So either there or right here for now. I think it looks best right there.
Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty insane already, and we've just started, so...
Yeah, and so that for the next type of branch right here, the ones that go up a little bit, I do the same thing where I put one on the side. I usually like to put one on this corner right here, so the vertical corner, which means one goes right there. I also like putting them on the bottom side of these vertical corners, so right there.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
And after that, we've got this part, another corner. Corners are usually a good place to put it, so we'll go with that. And then this side is looking kind of naked right here, so we'll just place in another one and put in one at the top. Let's do a few more of these branches and get back once we have some more down. So with one of these branches where you've got 2 offshoots and it's just all around confusing, stick to the corner rule. So here's a massive corner, a lot of fences. Just put one there, one on the edge. Here's another corner. So again, just look for these corners, man. Put them down, following the same rule here, that if there's one on this side, you don't put it on the same side. Another vertical corner. Place one on top like this. Basically, what you want to do is going sort of diagonal with these leaves. You can have leaves that are right next to each other like this, but try to avoid it, because it doesn't look as good. And you don't just want diagonals all the way. You want it to be mixed up a little bit where you're missing leaves. It doesn't look like you have a factory-made pattern. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah. And what about the underneath?
So the underneath part right here, again,
Oh, there you are.
Just go with wherever there's not leaves on top is usually my rule. So right here, we can go for a diagonal 2 right there. Perhaps we can even put one behind here because it's looking kind of naked. Wherever it feels naked, you can always follow the diagonal rule and just add more. And you'll see that in the end when we add even more stuff. So for this one, diagonal rule again, corner right there. I mean, you're starting to see the pattern here. And it shouldn't be that difficult to do. I mean, it'll be fairly easy once you get going with this stuff. Should be able to do this no problem.
This one looks pretty simple.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment anyway.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. And it comes down to just placing tons and tons of leaves until you get sick of it, pretty much.
But doing this on creative must be so much easier than doing it on survival.
Oh man, survival, basically you need ender pearls and scaffolding, and it's kind of a nightmare. And I've been making a lot of them in the past episodes, but it does make your world look a lot better. So it's I feel it's worth it in the end, because you're gonna be building a few trees in your survival series right now as well, right?
Yes, this is what the tutorial thing was kind of about, because I'm low on diamonds and I didn't know how to build cool trees like this. And so I asked you if you would teach me, and you said yes.
Yeah.
And so now I can build them instead of pay people to do it.
They're not even that hard to do, so that's going to be a lot better to just be able to build them yourself.
Yeah.
And as we get more leaves in here like this, you can see this spot. I think we've covered most of our branches. This spot right here, the one we left,
pretty bare.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bare. It's looking pretty bare right here as well. So we've got this wood block where we can place some more fences.
Yeah.
And that should honestly solve our problem right here, to just get some blocks in. And it doesn't matter that there are two blocks next to each other here. There has to be somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with this stuff, I'm not really placing leaves on fences or next to fences, but I can place them just sort of connected diagonally to other leaves, as long as it's not connected, just to fill out space. And already it's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this part right here...
That's looking pretty amazing.
This part right here is looking pretty bare as well, as we said. So
pretty empty, yeah.
Let's just add another branch. And maybe add a little something to this branch right here as well. Just, like, really, wherever it feels naked, just add some more. And it gets a bit tricky with these because you don't want to be connecting it to other branches too much, but with a bit of tinkering, it's possible.
I'm stuck again. Okay, wait, we can go down. There we are.
Just coming around underneath where we haven't placed anything yet to get some leaves in here. It really makes a difference. That
genuinely looks like a pretty realistic tree.
Yeah, these usually turn out quite well. And then there is a little something with these small trees that I usually add at the end.
Hold on, dude. There's something up here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's exposed wood.
Oh, no. We can't have that. So, again, looking bare, just add a branch. What we do.
And all your problems have solved.
All your problems go away. All you need. I go right there.
That looks
a lot better.
Pretty cool.
Okay, so now that we got something like that, few more of these to place down. We should look over here. So I usually add one extra branch down here, you know, one of those sprouting branches that's not quite finished yet. One of those juvenile branches. And for that, I usually just do either something like that or you know, go up one and go like that. For this one, I think we're just going to go with a corner like this. And again, follow the same rule. Put one in the corner, one on the end, not the one that's right across from the one in the corner, and perhaps just right there. That should be good. And so one last tip is at the bottom here, it's looking kind of skinny. So usually I do a little bit of trunkage right here, and you don't need to do
thick.
You don't need to do much, to be honest, to get this stuff to look good. Go something like that, and I usually add a few roots in here. Okay, so just connected to these because there's usually some exposed roots on trees like this. So, and there you go, an oak tree. All right, so for each of our videos, we're going to have Josh try build a tree as well. So we've got this dividing border, and I'm going to be building a tree on one side, and Josh is going to be building on the other side. We're basically going to see if he can recreate the tree that I just made a tutorial for, just to prove that you guys should be able to make this. Okay, let's just jump right into it. Let's just start.
Okay, let's just start.
Yeah, so I'm going to do something fairly similar, but a little bit different. How's your start so far?
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah. It's the best trunk ever.
It's just unbelievable.
So you can of course ask me questions while you do it. I just don't get to see you do it so that I can't mess with your tree.
Well, you can't copy me because I know mine's going to be amazing.
Right, exactly. No, that's what I meant. I can't
I forgot how to do the top bit. Oh wait, no, I found. No, hold on. Do something like that. I think it was.
Part with the stairs or the branches?
You do it in all three main... Oh, this looks weird. Oh, I think I really failed. I think I'm going to start doing some branches now.
Yeah, I'm doing some branches.
Dude, this tree is going to be insane.
Gonna be the best tree ever?
Yeah, best tree I've ever made. The top needs some...
The fact that these only take about 10 minutes to make or so once you master them, I mean, it just makes it so easy to make a custom forest.
Yeah.
And just not so bad. Because I'm going to have a custom forest in my world. I'm already working on it, but I'm going to have a lot more trees coming up in an episode that's just dedicated to the custom forest. Ooh. And I think this video is just going to let everybody know that it's not too bad.
Oh, you do one on the inner corner, right? always the inner corner. Then opposite corner.
Yeah, I usually
bam,
do inner corner,
like
opposite
that,
corner.
that, and then that. That looks pretty decent.
And then on the top,
then...
you usually do like the diagonal one, but sometimes I go for like space them apart a little bit. I just vary it for different branches. You doing okay, man?
I think I'm gonna ace this.
Excellent. You're already to leaf placing.
Yeah, I think my tree's gonna be a bit smaller than yours, but
That's okay.
it's a small oak tree. It's in its developing stages.
You can really make them any size. I mean, I've been making some huge ones, and let me know in the comments if you want to see a tutorial for the huge trees. It's really very similar. The process, the leaf placing process is the exact same, so it's really just how to build the trunks for that one.
Oh dear. My tree's just got a massive hole in the center. You can see all the way down to the bottom.
Right, so the way to fix that is just to add some more fences.
Yes.
How far along with your tree are you?
Oh, it's looking pretty juicy. I think I need to add like 2 more branches.
Yeah.
And finish this one. So 3 more branches. Basically, I've got 3 more branches plus the mini one and then the trunk thickening and then done. How far away are you?
Oh man, it's almost done here.
Can I attach the fence to the actual leaves? I think I can.
I don't think they actually patch if you do that.
No, but is in like a rule? Is that like against the rules of tree building?
No. As long as it looks good, anything's legal, really. It's not. I just have a way that I usually do it, and sometimes I even do that. But I usually have the fences connected to some other fence.
That doesn't actually look that bad.
Good. That's good to hear. It sounds promising.
What?
So the reason I space the leaves out like this so much is because you want to see through the trees. In real life, like you can usually see the sky through them.
Right. I think I'm done with my tree.
All right. You're actually finished before I am. I usually take my time with these things, you know, just
Fair enough.
relax, turn on a podcast, build some trees. I think I'm...
Are you done?
Almost. I am almost there. And yeah, so you ready for the grand reveal?
Do you want to flick the lever? Just open this one here.
Sure, man. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, let's see how it turned out. Oh, man.
Let's
go.
go.
Yes. That is so good. That turned out so well, man.
Thank you.
Like these
I now know how to build oak trees.
These 2 trees could easily just be next to each other in a forest.
Yeah.
And this is the best part. Like when you build them, they don't turn out the same because you're never building the branches the same way, and you don't have that. Oh, all my trees just look like Minecraft squares. Sweet. Well, that means the tutorial actually works. So big ups for us. All right. Well,
All right, I guess Birch is next.
let's move on to Birch. So let's grab all the stuff we need. And for the Birch one, I've actually been using these diorite blocks. I mean, it just doesn't really have the same texture. Diorite is honestly much closer. And birch trees in Minecraft look exactly like the blocky oak trees, but in real life, birch trees look more like this. They get bigger as they go up, and they have these sort of branches going diagonally upwards. So with this one, I don't usually do the wide trunk because birch trees are pretty skinny. I just go up a few blocks right here, move it to the side a little bit. And this is where you're going to want to start using your diorite walls. Just first coming up, maybe going to the side, like this. And honestly, this one I would say is probably even easier than the oak tree.
Oh, wow.
Because you're just making these branches like this. You can add another one over here. Go up a little bit with these and find the last space right here. And honestly, something like this should do it.
That looks pretty cool on its own, to be honest.
Yeah.
Without the leaves.
And that's what a birch trunk kind of looks like, you know? And as always, we can add leaves if we feel like it's looking sparse. So usually I come in with my birch leaves first. Place a few on top right here. And then the system is sort of similar. Put them in the corners first. Maybe not all the bottom corners, but some of the bottom corners get leaf. So something like that. And then comes the only tricky part with these birch trees is you want to go 2 down on some and do 1 block on a few and have it look natural. So I'm just going 2 blocks down for some of these, 1 block down for some. Trying to leave a few spaces so that it's not all leaves everywhere, but if you make a two leaf area that you just want to change, you can always just punch those blocks out, so it's not exactly a huge commitment to place down those blocks.
Yeah.
So far, this one shouldn't be too bad, right?
That looks pretty cool, yeah.
Very, very easy. Like, I could easily see someone make a birch forest really, really fast.
I find it, like, I think I'm going to find it much easier to build than oak trees when yeah.
Yeah, likely. So we're almost done with this one already. Just maybe find a few areas where you want to add some more leaves. And something like that, we have a birch tree. Obviously, this one's a little bit lopsided, but sometimes some branches grow larger than others. Maybe you have a roof right here. You can easily remedy that problem by just extending these branches if you want it to be more symmetrical.
This one's probably one of the easiest ones.
For sure, yeah. So once you're done placing your birch leaves and you're happy with it like this, just slap in a few acacia leaves or oak leaves, whatever you feel looks better. Just to add a little bit of variation. It's barely noticeable, but it does make it look a little bit different. It's a slightly different hue of green. So once you're happy with it, something like that, you're finished with your birch tree. So how about we just go and build this thing? You're feeling confident you can do this?
Yeah, this one, I think I'm going to nail it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm ready.
Or build trees in this case, but either way, you know? It's very serious business. All right, let's build this tree, man.
Okay, cool. How far did it go up?
I went like I made it a bit bigger this time, but just like 3 blocks. Move it to the side a little bit. Do another 2 or 3 blocks.
Nope. I think I'm gonna start adding the leaves now.
Yeah.
This one is actually surprisingly easy to build. Like, I think I've almost finished. Hey, I saw you peeking.
No, my tree's just really tall.
I think my tree's done. I just flew back a tiny bit, and it looks so bad. It's this bottom branch that screws the whole tree over. Hold on, I need to rebuild it.
You want to hit the lever this time?
Okay, sure. You ready?
I am.
Oh, I just sprinted instead of crouched.
I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. And it saved the game just as it went down.
Ooh.
Now yours looks amazing. And mine looks so potato next to it.
Yours looks really good from this angle, though. So here's a tip I'd go with. So on this side, you see how you've gone like up to do your diagonal?
Yeah.
On this side, you haven't gone up to do that. So the easy fix here is to just put one right there. You just haven't gone with leaves on the bottom. I didn't do the acacia leaves for mine. To be honest, I forgot that.
Yours looks so cool.
But just slapping in a few leaves down here on the bottoms. Just doing those.
Yeah.
That usually makes a huge amount of difference. And a lot more of these like two leaves, which is like a rule that you don't do in the other when building the oak tree, but doing those 2 ones, and that already looks good. And what you could have done right back here, where it looks sort of sparse, is just like added a branch. You know?
Yeah.
Slap something in right here. Yeah, this one looks pretty easy, but it is.
Yeah, it's much harder than it looks.
A little bit tricky, but all in all, I think you should be able to figure it out. You know, 2 or 3 trees in, this one should be easy. Yeah, but there. I mean, how's that now?
That looks a lot better than it was before.
Sweet. And all I did pretty much was made a few of these 2 blocks long and put some leaves underneath the branches, the bottoms. And that's it. All right.
Yeah,
well,
indeed.
I'm very confident that people should be able to build trees better. Of course, building more trees, the more you have under your belt, the better you're going to be at building them. So this was Josh's first try to build an oak tree and a birch tree, and I honestly think you did great, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building something a little bit more advanced on Josh's channel, which is...
I'm so nervous for
which is we're going to be building a cherry tree, or the autumn tree over there. So we're going to be just texturing up the leaves a little bit more. I honestly think you're prepared to do it. But if you want to see that, head over to Josh's channel. It's going to be linked in the pinned comment below. So check that out. You got any final words, Josh?
Good luck to people who build them. I mean, like, have fun, and just if it fails, just don't give up. Always keep trying again.
If you do build a tree and follow this tutorial, what you could do is join my Discord and just place a picture under my builds right there, just to show me that you've tried. And I wish you all the best building trees. Yeah. So I guess all that's left to do. You know what's left to do, Josh?
What?
Until we see each other next time, have a good one.